He's like, it can't be a coincidence. Jukebox don't just answer questions. No matter how many pennies you put in them.
If we don't stay in here until 3 o'clock,
everything is going to go wrong. I could lose my exciting life and future as an office manager. I have so much to look forward to. I won't give that up. Hey! Happy Turkey Day! How you doing, sweetie? How's your Turkey Day going?
don't you want some ice cream?
You're going to come over here or not? I can throw it at you. I will throw stuff at people in a second.
Here we go now.
Trying this Avery Lane Riesling.
Please, let's go.
It's pretty good with Henny in it. Happy holiday. On this holiday in the ChronicLoaf stream.
Say, can I have my check?
It's going good. Just been chilling so far on my turkey day. Had to start my cooking late, but it's getting going now. So you know how we feel about macaroni and cheese. I had to get a different brand of pasta, so fingers crossed that it holds up the way that I like. Because if my macaroni and cheese does not come out perfect, I will burn this place to the ground.
Honest?
Well, why was it so specific?
Specific, sweetie.
If you move Sue, that makes a good deal of sense. Try again. There's no question about it. You may never know. You dare risk finding out.
Don, it's just a napkin holder and a little
My
cafe.
macaroni and cheese is legend, and I will not be taken down by like a bad brand of pasta, so.
All right, what about my promotion then? Didn't it tell me it has been decided in your favor, isn't it? Suppose I'm just being stupid.
No, you're not. You're just...
Don't say it.
Some years my family just doesn't have macaroni and cheese because I'm not there.
It's like you married a...
They're like, oh well, we
Instead
shall
of
have to wait.
bottles in the chandelier, it's rabbit's feet and four-leaf clovers in my pockets in the car.
That's respect.
And you're all mine.
Respect for good macaroni and cheese.
Well, you keep looking around.
Only a few people in every family are allowed to make it. Everyone knows that.
You're worried about that. Don, I wonder when you act like this.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to upset you. It doesn't change the facts.
What facts?
6 straight answers.
Oh, Don.
What facts? You mean what the jukebox in the restaurant said? I don't think we can call that facts. Calling that facts seems like a lot.
Pull me out of the way of that car. One squash tummy.
Shatner's looking real good though right here. Like, if you watch Shatner in this episode of Twilight Zone, and then don't watch season 1 of Star Trek, go watch season 2 of Star Trek. Actually, you could even watch season 1 of Star Trek. Just go like a few episodes in, because by season 5, episode like 5 of season 1, he's already got like a girdle on that you can low-key see through his uniform, and you'll be like, huh. Like, skinny Shatner does not last ever. It can't. It's not a natural thing. It's like when a thick artist or actress like tries to be skinny, and you're like, all she got to eat is like one helping of mashed potatoes, and it's over. It won't last. That's William Shatner trying to be skinny. He's like, I can hold it in. Suck it in till I get this part landed. Okay, we're a couple episodes past the pilot. Slip on that man girdle. More power to a thick brother.
Don?
Thick brother in arms. Out here trying to live his best life.
Or one of the others, I'm sure.
Just want to sit down for 5 minutes without wearing a waist trainer.
Don?
What?
Look at me. You really don't think that gizmo can
Big Willie.
tell the future, do you?
Foretold ours.
How did it?
Back already. What do you have?
Oh, I'll have some iced coffee, please.
How about you?
Wubba lubba dub dub!
Better turn my,
It was 3 o'clock. Exactly when that machine said.
what do you call it, my Rick and Morty down. There we go. But we all know, like, there's nothing natural about a skinny Shatner. Not that you can't love Shatner, just accept him for the
What are you getting so upset about?
You?
thick boy that he is.
Even consider the possibility.
Excuse me. Can you give me some pen? Oh, sure. How many?
Also, since we are talking about William Shatner right now, Gwen and I recently, hey boo, happy Turkey Day. Gwen and I recently listened to some of William Shatner's more recent albums. Because Shatner's still making music. No one's waiting for the albums to drop,
What do you think?
but he's still releasing them. Hope you're having a good one.
Will they reach New York all right now?
Hope you're enjoying your holiday.
Your chances are good.
Very precise.
I want to buy a William Shatner holiday album. It's on my goals list. Hopefully this year.
I heard.
I can't imagine going through another Christmas without a William Shatner Christmas album.
Don't you realize that you get the same kind of answers from any one of these machines in here? Try and see.
Same kind, maybe, but not the same answers. But it still take 4
And I'm like, if William Shatner insists on making music continually, then I guess I should buy it? I don't know.
It has already been taken care of.
Well, let's go then.
Taking off these shoes.
Your car's ready.
I had to go out to the store to get some things I forgot last night. And it's raining and pouring, so I had to wear my waterproofs. Come off it. Release. Oh my god.
Then you ask some questions.
Shoes with laces kill me.
Or are you afraid?
Like, 80% of my shoes are slip-ins for a reason. And the shoes with laces, I'd be trying to make them slip-ins. Oh yes, oh yes,
They're not going to.
oh yes. Shatner's Christmas album is happening, and also Shatner continues to make music despite no one asking for it. So, despite the fact that you nor I, neither of our moms, like, we're like, who asked for this? Like, one lady
It's not
in,
possible to
I'm
tell
guessing,
future.
like, Pittsburgh, her great
Up to you to
aunt
find out.
is waiting for William Shatner's next album to
Stupid
drop.
piece of junk, aren't you?
That's my guess.
It all depends upon your point of view.
I want to stay with it.
Scott, the other one off.
Even if it's true.
It's true.
On YouTube, the songs do not have a lot of views. I will leave it at that. You can do the exploring on your own. I'm not gonna fully drag William Shatner, but I will say it's not a whole lot of views, Big Willie. But you know what? If music is what you love, it's actually a lot like when Will Smith is going to keep putting albums out when he's 80. It's going to be a lot like that. It's probably the same amount of views.
Don,
Equitable.
let's go.
No.
You just gotta
Equitable
stay.
amount of views. Imagine how many views Will Smith's rap album is going to get when he's 80.
Please. Love me.
It's about how many views
No, you listen to me.
William Shatner's getting.
This machine is predicting our future.
Not saying Will Smith isn't more talented musically than William Shatner, but I am saying the same amount of people pretty much are waiting for their next albums to drop.
Just gonna see. Thing run your life?
Run my life.
Just a couple people's great aunties. It's about that many. I feel like more people are waiting on the next Mary Mary album
Exactly what you're letting it do.
than the next Will Smith album, and that's a deep gospel cut.
Made you stay.
For those of you who know.
Now it's telling you where you're going to live. It's as if every superstitious feeling were the hatch
Like if that dropped right now, a lot of our aunties would turn the fuck up.
You can foretell the future. What matters is whether you believe
They'd
more
be like,
in luck and in fortune than
raise
in
your
you
hands for
yourself.
Jesus.
You can decide
Pulling
your
out
own
all
life.
their old Kirk Franklin dances.
You have a mind. A wonderful mind. Don't destroy it trying to justify that cheap penny fortune machine to yourself. We can have a wonderful life together. If you make it wonderful. Ourselves.
I think actually where Christian radio makes their mistake is not playing the music like Will Smith.
I want us.
That's really where they make their mistakes, because Will Smith would like super invest if they did. He'd be like, why am I not investing in Christian radio?
No, it's all right.
Hmm. Get in on that Christian radio game.
You're right, I'm a jerk.
He would if they were playing his music.
You're wonderful.
Yes. Half the world's biggest.
But you know why they're not thinking it through? Mostly owned by white people. And most of the people who make like the clean, really good
That's right. Let's go
hip
get
hop
our car.
music,
Drive out of this town
it'd be like Prince,
and go where we want to go.
Will Smith,
Anytime we please.
like super black people. So
I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Christian music is not ran that way.
Keep the change.
Thanks. Come on back now.
That's why they're stuck in that rut. Oh goodness, another guy praying to the jukebox.
Go ahead.
Can we ask some more questions now?
Do you think we might leave Ridgeview today?
Oh my god, William Shatner does seem like he should have been a child actor. He definitely seems like a guy who kind of learned his overacting from child acting, and yet somehow didn't.
Two people permanently enslaved by the
But you do feel like that should be his backstory.
facing the future with a kind
He
of
says it almost like he was a child actor, but it's like his child acting was like acting when he
one
was
facing
19.
the future with confidence. Having escaped
You're like, that's not child acting.
of the darkness.
Like, that's, I mean, you're a baby, but in life. Let me check my bank account. Let's see. Boop. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do what that Poe's always doing to me. Do a video call. My mom is newly addicted to video calls. And I'm like, I don't have stable internet here. So one thing that I really have tried to do with the annual ChronicLoaf Twilight Zone Marathon is different episodes of the Twilight Zone every year, because my goodness, are there a lot. There are just so many episodes of Twilight Zone. It's impossible to watch them all one day. It's absolutely impossible, which is why if my stream really gets busy, a lot of times it'll turn into requests for me to keep it going for 2 and 3 and more days. And I'm like, I have to turn off Twilight Zone eventually, people. Like, I can't. Especially when we're on the Rabbit platform. Like, there was so much traffic on that site that people would just keep coming in. And I would have like 25 to 30 people in my room for days just trying to watch the Twilight Zone. And I'm like, I have to watch other shows. like we have a schedule in here that is comprised of other things. They'd be like, no. But you also meet so many people who love the Twilight Zone, and then they come back because they realize this is a room where we do regularly watch the Twilight Zone, because we put the Twilight Zone a lot at night. And there's some days when we just are like, you know what? Twilight Zone today. Especially a lot of Lady Wednesdays. And a lot of Sci-Fi Saturdays. We'll just do Twilight Zone. So, once people realize that we have Twilight Zone days in here, then they make this like a stream that they like to visit. Check out, see if we're watching Twilight Zone. So, we've met a lot of people that way. And like today, Zero, one of my regulars who hasn't been able to be on a lot since we changed platforms, he came in the stream because we actually met on my first stream, Twilight Zone Marathon, ChronicLoaf Marathon. And he became one of my 24-hour ChronicLoaf viewers for years, until his computer died. And so when I was planning this year's event, I like emailed him personally, and I was like, I hope you're going to be there. It's like family tradition. He's like, of course, I'm going to make sure I'm there somehow, some way. And it's like, there are people who like we've spent every year doing this, and I try to make sure they're there every year. Oh, I get my other phone. Hey. I think I'm going to have to go back to my childhood days and make a spitball gun just for messing with this guy. He's over there shaking his head no, but like he's not opening his eyes or making himself less of a victim or a target, is he? My dad taught me well. One thing we know how to do in this family is prank the fuck out of people. Relentlessly. We're quite annoying. So let's see, first I was getting this link here. Ugh, I burn myself all the time. We're talking about burns in the chat. I burn myself so much. I actually have like a burn here on my inner thigh, which I talked about on one of my streams months ago, that I got from like cooking without pants on, which is a habit that I do all the time. Like literally, the only reason today I'm gonna be cooking with pants on is because I got dressed earlier. But it's a terrible habit that I 100% maintain by not liking to wear pants. But I'll like, the smart thing to do is, even if you don't like to wear pants, just put an apron on so that you won't, it like covers the burn zones pretty much. Like I mean, it's that simple. Just like put an apron on. I have aprons. I'm just a silly bitch. So I've allowed myself to be vulnerable, and then grease pops up, and next thing you know, you have like a weird shaped, almost inner thigh burn, and you're like, it's grease. You're like, I don't really want to explain how I got hot grease there. Like, but it was silliness. Silliness is the way. Oh my god. Okay, he deserves it. He deserves it now. 1 second. 1 second. Man, I didn't get a direct target. That was close though. Next time I'm gonna get it direct.
Where?
Okay, I found my next weapon. So I'm ready to go. I wish you would.
I'm trying to find something that cover my face with. So I don't stick it in the eye.
Is a birth control pack, but when you like throw it like, a saucer disc.
It comes dead.
Exactly.
Comes with batarangs.
Basically. A BC orang.
Girls everywhere. You don't get pregnant.
Huh? I'm not waiting and I'm not lying in wait for you to become susceptible to victimization at all.
Just come here.
No, go ahead, doze off.
No.
I'm not waiting. You can't even keep one eye cracked open. Not at all. I'm gonna get him right in the forehead. I have my glasses on, so that'll help my aim a little bit. Problem last time was I didn't really set an aim, I just recklessly threw it. I won't make that mistake twice. You'd have to be awake for that. You wouldn't be exhausted. Oh yeah, I packed this. I brought. I'm using my most American pipe today. My fuck the police pipe. You gotta yell at him. So avant-garde. So existential. So surreal. What is my chair stuck on? No, it was the cabinet. There we go. I'm just cold a bit. Sarah, my Sarah bear! I mean, I put it up there, but it fell off a couple times. I'm pretty sure it's on the floor right there, and you just didn't look at all. Happy Turkey Day, girl! How is my favorite, cutest, most wonderfulest bitch? See, I can see it. Is that it? No, that's something else, brown and dark. I just saw it up here earlier. Because I picked it up like twice before we went to the store. I just had to go to the store to get the last stuff I need. So my cookie's starting late. But yes. I'm staying home and just cooking at home. And avoiding family stress. I suggest it to everybody who wants to keep their skin looking fresh. And like just age gracefully, like avoid stress lines. You know, consider staying home. Like, I'm not at my mom's house, and you know what's at my mom's house? My gorgeous, beautifulest, most adorablest niece, Maya, is horribly sick with the flu, and I would have to hug her and comfort her and spend time with her while she's sick, knowing that I'm gonna come home with all her germs all over me, and then I'm gonna get horrifically sick for weeks. She'll probably get better literally one day after I leave. One day after I leave, she would be better. And then I would be sick for a whole month. I'll be sick for a full month at least. I probably have to go on one or two, probably 2 rounds of antibiotics to get better. Get like full bronchitis. But my beautiful, amazing, sweet, adorable niece would be like, Auntie, TT, it made me feel so much better. Thank you, Tia, for spending all this time with me. It was amazing. I'd be like, I guess I have to do it. But then I come back like death. It is snowing there now. Yeah, that looks pretty in pictures. You know how much my joints would be hurting? I couldn't go outside and enjoy any of that shit. I'd be inside, in pain. Like, I wake up like, why am I hurting so bad? I feel like a skeleton, but a broken one. Because it's snowing. Ooh, thank you for the nail compliment. This is my holiday nails. See, my nails are enjoying the snow. It's figurative snow. This is as close to the snow as I want to get. It being on my fingers. That's it. It doesn't need to be close to my joints. Or my muscles. My ligaments. The snow could leave all that alone. Because as soon as I get close to that stuff, I start falling apart like an old-timey zombie. Love and happy holidays to my family that is having a white Thanksgiving. Girl, right? I'm already in pain with just this rain. It is already killing me. It's making me so slow and so tired. I cannot imagine actually being up in the high desert where it's snowing. When she sent me the pictures of that snow, I was like, that is so pretty from a distance. I'm like, God, I really make all the right decisions not going there. Thank you, Jesus. Like, oh, I would have been a nightmare. I've been in so much pain. Like, they can enjoy it, but I would have been like, I'm going to need double the weed. Immediately, because Yeah, you have that amazing shower that had like the bench in it, so you could just like really marinate in the hot air. See, I ain't gotten a seated shower yet, which is terrible. So I've got heat in the back in the front of my apartment right now being generated. And I already got the oven on preheating. I don't even know what it's preheating for right now. I'm just like, I'm gonna fuck warm up this apartment. It's preheating for me. I'm preheated.
I'm stuffy right now.
Like a Cornish game hen. No, but it's cold. So that's why I was mad I had to go to the grocery store today. I was like, I don't want to be outside. Rain is cute inside. Like, people who are like, I love rainy days, splashing in puddles. I'm like, you took it too far. Like, you took it too far when you said splashing in puddles. Like, we're adults. Let's keep our shoes dry. Alright? Like, who has galoshes? Like, who has, like, real rain boots in California? Children. And adults
jump in puddles.
Okay, like my niece, she be killing them puddles in her real rain boots. Adults don't have those. They'll cost $60, $80, and you're like, if I'm buying $80 boots, like they're gonna be above the thigh, like they're gonna be leather, like gonna have a nice boot, a heel, like you know, I'm gonna get a cute boot. I'm gonna spend $80, $100. I'm not gonna spend $100 on some rain boots that I could wear in California just like a short time amount a year. I mean, of course, unless the water levels keep rising. In which case, me and my gondola business will get a lot of use out of those rain galoshes. Nobody steal my gondola business idea. Thieves.
Like in Venice.
Patent pending.
Like you stole from the Italians.
Technically, I didn't steal, I appropriated, because we're going to be appropriating their water problems. It's happening in Florida, okay? Florida is literally like raising their cities and shit to do the same stuff. Like, they're using Venice technology to deal with their water problems, and that's when I realized, I was like, oh shit, California beach cities are going to have the same problem next. Because it started in Florida. Florida's already having Florida's spending millions and millions and millions of dollars. They talk about how climate change is something we should focus on. Florida is spending hundreds of millions of dollars on new levees and literally raising the whole state's like borders because the water levels have risen so fucking high. It's such a problem. They're like, I don't know how people are gonna, how the city's gonna continue to function, how like the coasts are gonna continue to be here. Like the coasts are gonna stop. It's gonna stop being a coast and just be under the sea, and there's gonna be a new coast unless they lift it. So they're gonna like use like Venice technology. You know how Venice is like up on stacks? They're like gonna lift it like that, and it's like, you're gonna put it on hydraulics? Yeah, they're like, yeah, they're gonna put it on hydraulics. And they had a hydraulic system tested. The problem was that part of the technology was flawed, so it had a rust problem, I guess. So then they had to, like, get a new system drawn up before they could put it in. Which did save millions of dollars by not putting in the wrong system. But still, they're still going to be spending hundreds of millions of dollars to lift up, like, a damn state. And it's like, what? What? We can just spend hundreds of millions of dollars on the environment. Like, no. Climate change isn't real. Which is why there are some representatives in Florida who 100% will fight for and be like, climate change is horrible. We need to do something. My citizens are drowning. And some who are like, it's fine.
It has to happen.
And they're like, is it happening? And the ones next to them are like, it's
galoshes
definitely
are
happening.
going up.
Yeah, the ones next to them in galoshes are like, it's definitely happening. The
They already bought 'em.
water's at mid-calf, but like soon you won't need a mid-calf boot. You're gonna need above knee. And they're like, it's serious. So, like, Florida is pretty indicative of what all the coasts are going to have to do right now. And so when I was like, if Florida's water is rising, Louisiana has cities already where people paddle to work. The water has risen like that. And they're like, I guess we just live like this now and nobody's saying shit. Because they already had a bayou. So people just made it like, that's just the bayou. Like, you know, like, it extended. Right? Like, no, it didn't extend. Like, that's new water. This is a street sign. You just paddled past it. It's at eye level. Like, that's not regular. Like, so that's when I was like, ooh, you know what's a good investment? Buy gondolas now. So that when that happens in California and that street signs are eye level, you show up and you're like, who needs a ride to work?
Then you get the thing to do.
Boom. Ready with the business. See, that's why you have to be on top of these things ahead of time. You have to already have your storage space filled with gondolas and paddles. So that when the water comes in, you're like, only nigga that was prepared. Like everybody else was chilling. I was buying gondolas. You're like, y'all should have been thinking. So it might be an appropriative business, but it's a business that I had to appropriate it because our environment appropriated their problem. So it's like we became a sinking city. Like that's why I appropriated your gondola. They won't mind. I'm gonna have to buy the gondolas from them. They're the only ones that make them. Italy needs the money, right? They need the economy boost. So like they're not going to be mad to be getting all this gondola business. It's the shipping that's going to kill you. Shipping the gondolas from Italy to here. That's going to be the killer. It's going to cost almost as much for the gondola as to ship it here.
Just get one of those guys.
Really, it's going to, I bet you it's cheaper to order them in bulk and have like 50 gondolas shipped here at once than to get one gondola shipped here at a time. That's how they screw. That's how they screw small businesses. But then it's not Italian made; it's American made, and then the Italians don't get the money. So what I would have to do is like import Italians. Then that seems expensive too. Getting visas and everything, even work visas. That's a lot.
You're crazy.
This business is taking on a lot of work. It was supposed to be easy. Now I'm importing Italian men. Okay, if they're hot, now maybe it's worth it. Okay, do we get to do like a tryout with the Italian men? Where they have to like do on a runway? Okay, is this sexual harassment? Because it's in the workplace? I guess we can't have them try out on a runway for a job. Yeah, that's not fair. Unless they're models. And since they're building the gondolas, they can't be models. See, there's no way to make this fun. It's just gonna be expensive now.
You put a negative everywhere.
So I guess I'm gonna have to get some hipster gondola made by some guy named Chad and his brother Marcus. From like a place that doesn't even have water. So I'm thinking like Fremont, Wisconsin. Not
real expensive.
That'll be cheaper, but it'll be cheaper than shipping it from Italy. The gondola will be more expensive, but the shipping will be so much cheaper that'll be worth it. That's the thing. Because the thing is that the gondola won't be the killer. It'll be that the shipping will cost as much as the gondola. Shipping is where they fucking kill you.
Good.
That's how they get the small businesses. And you see, I only think like this because I've been trying to run a small business for so long that I've been fucked so many different ways. Like where you're like, I have a dream. Crush it. It's like, you don't have any money, bitch. It's like, that's pretty much how like having a dream always goes when you think like, ooh, I have a dream. It's like, do you? Like, oh God.
Gondolas in Long Beach.
You're like, guess I don't. Guess. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be video stalking this mother figure. Look at how I said that all cordially and politely. Oh, what the heck? No, I did not agree on this. The app I need is not on here. And I'm not logged into Facebook, so I have to do it. How dare Facebook try to make me do things? Okay, it didn't make me log all the way. I finally got a memory card for my phone, which is going to make my life so much easier, because I'm always doing these, right? And it takes up so many memory on my phone. But the thing is, like, then I have to stop and, like, download them, blah, 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 blah. It's so annoying. But now, a memory card on my phone. The reason why I didn't have one before was I could not find where to put a memory card on my phone. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
Well, I didn't know how to put that on your phone. But...
There's only like one place to put a card on the phone, and they told me that's where the SD card goes. And I was like, oh, so I guess there's just nowhere to put a memory card? So, me and Gwen finally, a couple weeks ago, opened the SD card part up. When you slide out the tray, the SD card tray also has a spot for a memory card. This is what happens when your mom buys your phone without you there. and then you just don't know how your phone fully works, because there were just some things that you kind of needed to specifically ask them, because there are things that I specifically will nitpick and bother people about at the store, because I'm like, I may never get to ask this again unless I go back into a store, and I don't want to have to deal with that shit. And she just didn't know to ask and nitpick about. So I went for a very long time not knowing that I could put a memory card in this phone and being pretty upset about that. Come to find out I could. This whole time. Oh. Year later. Memory card in it. Year and a half later? Year and... 5 months later. Memory card. So this phone is almost basically extinct now, because phones only last 2 years. So, and it's funny because people will still be like, oh, your phone must be nice. It's like, no, it can't be, because I've already had it a year.
Like, I'm already trying to upgrade.
Yeah, it's like, I've had it a year. I don't know anything about any new phones. I don't pay attention to that at all. So it's not like there's a phone I want. There's no phone that I want at all. I just know that my phone must be old, because it's been a year now. I know that on Instagram, you know how, like, you can post a story and you can add a music to it? Only some phones can do that. That's what I found out from Instagram, because I was like, why can't my phone do that? Like, so, well, occasionally my phone is allowed the gift of being able to add music to a story, but it's not regularly allowed to do it. And so I had to go on to, like, the Instagram site and look up why it can't regularly do it. They're like, it depends on your phone. That's all it says. It doesn't tell you what features of your phone or what it has to do with the phone. It just says it depends on your phone. So that's it. It depends on your phone, period. So basically, I need a newer phone to be able to even access all the features of Instagram. Instagram's a dick. If I haven't said that enough times before, which I know I have. For many other reasons. Honestly, my whole life. No, not now. Okay. It's so funny the people you find on Facebook sometimes. Could you not shake the whole camera thing? No, don't. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know why that has to be on. Hello? Okay, can you please check your text? I texted you like an hour or two ago. Can you please check it, please? Because I'm working and I can't call you from that phone or text you, but can you please check your text? It's important. It's regarding my work. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Thank you. Alright, bye. My mom is always like, well, just text me or call me. It's like, but you don't ever know where your phone is and aren't by it. It's like, then you'd be like, I did call you 3 times. She's like, oh, well, I was outside. And I left my phone inside. Like, why have a cell phone? Like, it's a cellular phone. Take it with you. It travels. There's no cords. It's charged up. It's not attached to a base. But if anybody else doesn't have their phone, she literally dies. Like, she never existed in it. How come parents react like they never existed in a time when there weren't phones? Like, you didn't answer your phone. I didn't know where you were. Why didn't you answer your phone? You're like, you lived for 35 years in a time when phones didn't exist. How are you this panicked? like, you never had a phone for most of your life. Why are you this upset? You should be calm. You should be like, oh, well, couldn't use the cell phone this time. C'est la vie. Like, but they act like they don't know what they're gonna do. Like, you just got this technology a decade ago. How are you this dependent? I mean, I literally almost never didn't have it. I've had it since like junior high. But you've had it since you were 35, like older than I am now. And you're so reliant? They're like, yes, this last decade and a half has really changed me. This last 1/4 of my life has been the determinant. Now answer your phone or I will die. Let me check this food. I know, it's all my smushy.
Sick. was
Give
crazy.
her a big pig. I found my pot for my greens safely. But it's still not as big as I want. I want one of those pots like at the store. That's what I need. Like a tamale pot.
For the greens?
Yeah, 100%. Because
That
you
was
saw
a steamer, right?
yeah, because you saw those greens I had. You saw the greens, right? That's not actually a lot. Because when it cooks all down, it just feels like barely this.
Like halfway of that?
It just looks like a lot.
It's a lot to begin with.
Yeah, it
So
just looks like
it's-
a lot to begin with. It just shrinks all down. That's why it's like you need a big ass pot to start. But in the end, it shrinks. So I need a big pot, but
I need a lot of pot too.
I need a lot of pot. That's why I was like, I'm not sure if I might use her big ass pot. That's what I might do tonight. Sorry. No. And I really appreciate though that she did a last dishes wipe out before she left. That's why I got 3 hens though, because I'm making a hen for Gwen too.
Yeah. I figured. A hen for Gwen.
I said that's why I got 3 hens, because I'm making one for Gwen too.
Yeah.
Even though she's eating at her mom's house, I know she'll want some leftovers here. Like she loves my macaroni and cheese and stuff.
Hey, man.
You know, and it's better with the.
Kind of lay down.
Yeah.
I'm not asleep.
Okay. Yeah. Go crazy.
I'm not here.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
If you
She
need
loves
anything,
your
let me
mac
know.
and cheese.
I have red wine in here too if you want something else to drink.
Huh?
I have red wine in here too if you want something else to drink.
No, should be good right now. Tell me out. Need help with anything though?